And I think that Olandria is the perfect example to say that she is basking in her manifestations. However, she's also being strategic with how she moves. And I love that for her because she understands, like, okay, I know that I'm a Black American woman. However, I still have to navigate this system, right? And I'm not going to self destruct. No, why would I do that? I'm going to benefit from it. So, and for the other women, who is jealous and envious of her other dark skinned women from different backgrounds, I would just say that, you know, you need to work on your self esteem. And you need to understand that when there's a particular type of Black woman that's in the forefront, you don't have to nitpick everything about her, right? You don't have to hold her to these fake moral standards because we already know that it's a lie. It's not real. And a lot of people put themselves first. They do what they want to do without considering other people. And so for people to try to hold Olandria to this benevolent standard, it's ridiculous. We can see you. You're not fooling anyone. And yeah, I think it's pathetic. Chill out. It's like people want her to be the villain so badly. I just don't see her that way, right? And of course, like I said, we all have that in us, especially being a Black American woman and how we're supposed to be navigating this lifetime, right? I believe that all of us really need to be on that type of time, putting yourself first, not listening to people who doesn't have your best interests at heart. Um, Socially, romantically, platonically, it doesn't matter. You have to be aware of how beautiful and powerful you really are. Otherwise, why would people be doing all of these things? I'm sorry, I have a mint in my mouth. But once you understand that as a Black woman, whether you're a dark skinned Black American woman, a light skinned Black American woman, you can navigate in a better way. I believe that because you're like, hey, you know how you have those people, they walk around with a chip on their shoulder. If I go out in public, right, and I come across people who is just like, their energy is kind of off, I don't automatically put myself into that position and say, oh, it's something that I've done, it's something that I've said, the way I look. I automatically believe, especially if it's coming from other women, like, okay, her spouse probably doesn't like her, probably doesn't take her on dates. If she have children, her children probably is bothering her. She's not happy with her home life. I don't know, but that's not my problem to deal with. So that's how I see it. I don't see it as like, oh my God, I have to, do this and do that because I don't want to disturb anyone. It's like, I'm having a great time. I don't know what's going on with you. Maybe you should check your relationships back at home, your family life. That's not my positioning. I'm not going to put myself in that to say, oh, well, it's something that I've done. I know I haven't done anything, so I don't care. And not only that, people want you to exist with shame, guilt, sorrow. And it's like, I just don't feel that way. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. And I think this is where a lot of Black women are. We don't care. It's sort of like I remember growing up and a lot of these conversations wasn't going on, we was just having fun. We was just enjoying ourselves, right? I think a lot of the time people, they take their own personal experiences and even their own insecurities and just kind of push it out there for other people. And it's like, deal with your own things, right? Why can't you deal with your own stuff? Other people may not want to be bothered with that. So, if you're a racist, if you're a person that's misogynistic, if you just don't like other people, then it's like, well, keep that to yourself. Maybe you should go off to an island and be by yourself because other people are going to have a good time. You're not going to stop people from having a good time. right? When I go out, I want to enjoy myself. I don't have time to be worried about you not liking me because I'm a beautiful black woman. I can care less. I'm like, why are you even here? Maybe you should go sit at home, read a book, get to your own thoughts. No one cares. Like, it's like you not liking me is not going to make you feel better about yourself. The reasons why I'm so happy and content with myself is because I've had the luxury of spending time with myself. And not only that, but being honest with myself about how I feel, how I see myself, the things that I love, the things that makes me feel good about myself, my creativity, my talents, my mind, how I think, like everything in one. And the reasons why a lot of people can't do this is because they're so focused on the things that they don't like. Okay, you can acknowledge it and be like, oh, whatever. But after that, it's like, okay, I need to get back to my happy space. I need to get back to my poetry, my writing, my singing. You need to get back to that. And a lot of this come from my childhood as well, because I was able to be free. I was able to express myself. I was able to do the things that I wanted to do because I was going to create it anyways. No one was going to tell me, even as a child, that I can't express myself, because I probably was going to cause chaos. Let's be honest. I probably was going to give them a hard time, make things very difficult. So I'm going to be myself. You're not going to stop me. You're not going to police me. You're not going to keep me in a box, because I'm going to come out swinging, right? So, and a lot of people, they didn't grow up like that. They was bullied by their families. They were compared to other people. They was just, and it's unfortunate because you carry those things to your adulthood. But like I said, as for me, I wasn't, it was going to be a problem. So, but that's all I have for this video. Again, when it comes to Olandria, I think that, she's moving in a very positive direction, and I'm glad for her. But also to understand that other people may not feel like this. Other people may not like this for her, and that's okay. You don't have to deal with those people. You don't have to, play these games. People put out there what they feel, what they really think, and a lot of the time people get offended. I'm not that type of person. I love for people to express themselves. Excuse me. I love for people to be honest and say what they need to say. Why? Because you get a chance to really hear what a person has to say. And I know that a lot of people, they're really sensitive when it comes to this type of thing. Like, oh, don't say this, don't say that. No. My mother always said, and like other people that I grew up around, they would always say things like, you give a person enough rope, they're going to hang themselves. A drunk person speaks a sober thought. So allow people to talk. Allow people to keep on going. It's going to tell you everything, and you will know how to move. So that's all, guys.